Is it time to be worried about the 2022 season? Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Philly Sensitive Media, and today we're going to be talking about the current CBA negotiations, and is it time to be worried about the 2022 regular season? I guess before I get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So it's just a very, very disappointing thing that is happening around Major League Baseball right now, ladies and gentlemen. It is just an absolute joke. It's a tough time to be a baseball fan. You just got a little clown show between the union and, the Major League Baseball. It's a literal clown show what is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's just despicable. They can't get anything done. They've had so much time to prepare for this. I mean, I remember they were talking about this last winter. I understand that, of course, the CBA did officially expire on December 2nd, and they knew this was coming, right? I mean, this has now been going on for a month and a half, and now they're finally talking, at least. Right now, they are finally talking about core economic issues, which is a good thing. But of course, the Players Association is not happy with what the MLB said today. When it comes to a variety of different things, of course, all having to do with money. Of course, because that's what it is now. Of course, if you follow the money trail, you know why most things happen in life. That's an old saying. And it's disappointing that the money has just kind of ruined the game of baseball. This is turning off so many fans. I was just talking to somebody the other day. They said, I don't really have any attendance to watch baseball this year. I am just so tired. Everything's about money now in baseball. And hopefully, someone can step up and save it because it's not trending too well right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. So you saw the report from Jeff Passan that it's going to be doubtful if spring training even starts on time. Now that's just somebody's opinion. That's just of course he's a reporter, so he's always trying to stir up trouble, and you don't know, right? I mean, there's a thing called leverage. Where one side can put out something to scare the other side, and reports get leaked out to scare other people. So I wouldn't really put too much stock into that. I mean, would that be annoying? Absolutely, it would. But I'm not really gonna worry about that too much right now. I still see it all starting on time, and I'm not really too worried about that. I still see the new CBA getting agreed on late January or early February. That is my prediction as of now. Remember, I was talking to somebody. He said that they don't think the season's gonna start until June 1st. That is just absolutely ludicrous. Think about these smaller teams. They can't afford this, ladies and gentlemen. They can't. This is why I could be wrong. Everything will start on time. I'm not too worried about it, and there's nothing we can do about it. We shouldn't be stressing about this. We shouldn't be. And of course, is it annoying? Absolutely, it's annoying. I hate to see this. This is my love and passion, and this kind of reminds me of what happened in 2020. When they kept, saying there was going to be a season and this and this and that. And of course, those were, different circumstances back then. Because there were some, bigger things going on in the world. But this is a lot different, ladies and gentlemen. This is a lot different, all right? So they have a lot more pressure on them here in 2022. A lot more pressure here on them in 2022. But they don't have the distractions like they did in 2020. They don't have all the other excuses. They don't have it this time, ladies and gentlemen. They don't. It is down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen. Both sides. I've talked about this in weekly updates. I talked about it in regular videos. I talked about it when the CBA expired and the lockout was instituted by the owners. I said, listen, it all comes down to money, and honestly, right now they're having a little, they're a little pissy fit, and they're, it's just so petty what is happening right now. And I remember, friend of the pod Jack Fritz, when he came on here in December, I mean, he made an excellent point. He said, no one cares about your little game, guys. It's just millionaires fighting with billionaires. No one cares about your little game here, your little fight here. I mean, no one cares. First of all, no one cares. People are annoyed, actually. People are very, very annoyed about what's going on. I don't blame. I'm a diehard baseball fan, and this is just so painful to watch. I mean, these guys who are high-ranking, positions in Major League Baseball, just, kind of just doing some self-destruction, right? Just, destroying the game of baseball, right? This is destroying the game of baseball. I mean, this is definitely turning away a lot of fans. As I said, that one fan I talked to, isn't really going to pay attention to baseball this year because of all this drama. They don't like it, man. They don't have time for it. They don't have time for their little fight. No one cares. No one cares. No one has time to sit back and watch this garbage all unfold. You remember in 2020, it kept going back and forth. Now there's an agreement. Now there's no agreement. Now there's agreement. There's no agreement. It's just all smoke screening. It's all propaganda. Remember with Manfred saying, "Oh, there's definitely going to be a season." Remember in 2020, definitely going to be a season. Oh, I don't know now. I don't know if there's going to be a season now. They take back words. They just play games with the other side, and it's a tactic, right? I heard somebody else say that it's a tactic, and you see this in free agency too. Remember Scott Boras, right? With sending out these false reports, sending out these things just to scare the other side. It's all about tactics, right? Who can get the most money? Who can get the best deal? And partly you understand it. But it's certainly annoying. It's certainly annoying to watch. I have not enjoyed this process at all, and it's disappointing that we're at this stage right now. I guess Abner Doubleday needed a CBA to invent baseball. I guess that's what we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess to pick up a bat and a ball, I guess you need a new CBA. Let me get this straight. So I guess now, if you wanted to go out to your neighborhood and have a little friendly softball game, baseball game, I guess you need a new CBA to do that. So before you go do that, I think you need to go negotiate a CBA before you do any of that stuff, right? So it's just, I understand. Listen, they have to make money. I completely understand it. But it's just been, I'm tired of hearing the word lockout. I think as I could speak for every single baseball fan, I'm tired of hearing the word lockout. I'm tired of all this uncertainty, right? With the season starting on time, current negotiations going on today. Of course, there was a proposal made, right? We saw that report. I'll talk about it more on Saturday when it comes to that proposal, right? This is just more of a rant discussion video about how this terrible this process is going. But a proposal was made to the players today, and of course they rejected it. Now, friend of the pod, Phillies Updates, made a good point. He said, going in today, we didn't expect an agreement to be made. There's about a month until pitchers and catchers report to spring training. Even if that date gets pushed back a little bit, who cares? Right? I mean, there's spring training games, just as long as the season starts on time. Now, would I like spring training to be delayed? No, of course not. I mean, no one does. But even if that date gets pushed back a little bit, it's not gonna really matter, ladies and gentlemen. It's not really gonna, seriously matter. It's not gonna have a major, lasting impact on anything. So I don't think we should be overreacting. I'm not saying anybody really is overreacting, but I think we need to, understand these circumstances right now. But they definitely have enough time, right? I mean, I understand that this video has been very frustrating and make so far at the points I've been talking about, but it's also important to understand, go back to the other side and say, listen, they have time to get stuff done. So listen, they're talking about core economics. That is where they need to be. So that's a good sign right there, and even though they're not coming to an agreement, at least they are talking and the proposal was made. And they know. Listen, I understand people are like, oh, well, there's going to be, I've heard even someone say there was going to be no season. Honestly, half of the teams would be hanging on by a thread. Some of them even are right now. I just can't see how anybody could survive that. That would be just catastrophic, not only for, financially, but for the fans. That would be the death of baseball right there. That would be the death of baseball. Even a shortened season would be not as catastrophic, but not that they have so much money at stake here, but also they have a lot of fans. A lot of fans at stake here. They're going to lose a lot of fans, which also means they lose money. So they have that to worry about as well. So it all ties into money, as they keep saying in this entire video. But they have a lot to lose here, ladies and gentlemen. They have a lot to lose. They're not, they're not sitting around anymore, right? Of course, now they know. The reason why they're talking right now is because now they know the pressure is on, right? We're about a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting. We're not that far away, of course, now, since we're a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting, we're not that far away from the first scheduled spring training game. Of course, the teams make way more money in the regular season, but they make a good amount of money in spring training, right? And of course, the hotels make a lot of money. The local restaurants make a lot of money in Florida and Arizona. They do very, very well, and there's a lot of money tied in there. So anytime you hear the word money or anything, anytime there's money involved, there's going to be pressure to get something done because they want the money. So that's one thing we have going for us right now is the pressure, right? The pressure. And honestly, not over that, as I keep saying, with the fans, even me. I was so turned off in 2020, I barely even did any videos during that time. I just was so disgusted, I didn't even want to talk about it. So you're going to see more and more people like me. Like Mets Talk with Aiden, like many other, people who do stuff similar to me. They're just going to be, you're not going to hear anything about baseball for a while because even the higher media is just going to be tired of talking about it. They're going to be tired of talking about it. But there's a lot of issues with service time. We'll get into this more on Saturday. Saturday. This is, as I said, much more of a rant discussion video. But the Players Association, I mean, can you blame them, right? I mean, they're trying to push for this, shortened service time, and so you can become a free agent quicker. Of course, the rule is right now 6 seasons. But they like that reduced to around 4 or 5. I think that's just way too short, and it's a clear advantage to the player side. Of course, it's a clear advantage to the player side. So these are things they're going to have to come to an agreement with, and they meet them halfway. Now that the owners want things to benefit them, so they need to meet halfway. They just have very, very big ideas, and they're going to have to learn to just meet halfway because they're very, very far apart. And I think ultimately that's what you're going to see. I think you're going to see them meet halfway and come to an agreement. So they still have a lot of time. They're talking. There's a lot of meetings being done. There's a lot of stuff going on we don't know about either, and that's not even being reported. But this is heavily talked about. This is heavily covered by the reporters. This is heavily talked about. So I think, of course, I think we know a lot of what is going on. But they're meeting a lot. I mean, they're definitely in close contact right now. So even though we didn't get good news today, in a way it was good news. But guess what? Because they are talking. Now they're into it. Now they're starting to talk more, right? I mean, and once you get talking, then you just move, right? Then you just move. As I said, this isn't 2020. Okay, this isn't 2020. The whole world is stopping. They were talking and other distractions going on. No. This is different. This is different right now. I mean, they have a ton of pressure. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine from the fans. I mean, from the advertisers. I mean, think about this. In 2020, of course, there were no fans in the ballpark, but they still made a little money off of their TV ratings because, of course, the TV ratings were higher since fans could not go to the ballpark. I mean, that's a pretty obvious statement. But during their games, they're not making any TV money. They're not making any, fan attendance. I mean, they're making nothing. They're making nothing. So I think this is all pretty obvious to you. And not only are they not making money, but they're losing money. They are losing money. So it's a very important thing for them to make sure that they're making a profit, right? Which they haven't done since 2019. So even a somewhat normal year in 2021, they couldn't even make a profit. What does that tell you? So they still lost money. I consider the 2021 Major League Baseball season somewhat pretty much, like 90% a normal year. Maybe 85%. But, I consider that pretty much a normal year. And they couldn't even make money in 2021. So what does that tell you? So they'll be lucky even with, the normal spring training, normal year. And I mean, they're going to even, be lucky to make money in 2022. Even if they do start on time, which I still think they will. Now, would it be a big surprise to me if they push back the start of spring training? No. Now, I would be very surprised if they, delay the season or, short. I'd be completely shocked if they delayed the season. And I don't see anything. I don't really see the regular season being affected. Now, spring training definitely could be affected. But the writers like to hype things up. That's my response to the Passan tweet. I just think that he's just trying to stir the pot. And, and also, as I said, it's leverage, right? They leak stuff out to reporters to scare the other side. It's all games. It's nothing new. We've been through this before. Free. You can, as I said, you can go through free agency. Remember when Bryce Harper, was, in the midst of his free agency. Oh my gosh, they're just getting PTSD here. They tease so much with all these other ball clubs. And of course, some were legit, like the Dodgers and the Giants. But they came in and said, the Diamondbacks at one point, and they just had all these just wacky reports that just didn't make any sense. Where they had him go back to Washington, and one reporter had that. So it's just stuff put out to scare the other side. That is all it is. So guys, do not worry. No one we can't control, but do not worry. I still see. And I think everybody sees baseball in 2022, but I do see a regular full 2022 season. Spring training may be delayed. I still am thinking it's all going to start on time, but there's a possibility. There's a good possibility it definitely could be delayed. But my gut just tells me this is just the pressure. The pressure is on. So, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. At Phillies Hat Stove Media, Instagram, TikTok for Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at PHatStove Media. Call or text 267-225-3292. Email me, PhilliesHatStoveMedia@gmail.com. Do not worry. I will see you all on Saturday for the 11th weekly update. So, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you.